Japanese are very fond of novelty and accept new things. This character of the nation is a strong driving force of development and industrialization of the nation. While Japanese know the importance of studying the past to learn new things, cultivation of this character probably derived from island country mentality, that all new things come from abroad. The principles of immutability and fluidity is emphasized by Basho, who was a haiku poet in the 17th century. Japanese kindness or friendly manner. It is a good virtue of the Japanese smiling to foreigners, not saying no to avoid friction with other persons, which may be misleading. Louis Freud criticized it as a smile of treachery. There is a gap of culture in human relationship between Japan and others. Now the analysis of Japanese become much deeper. Cleanliness. Japanese are fond of taking a bath, cleaning inside and outside of the house. Streets are cleaner than those of European countries during the 15th and the 16th century. Simplicity. Missionaries value the simplicity of Japanese life, which is fitting to the virtue of moderation. That is one of four Christian virtues. Missionaries faced samurai who are frugal and do not think that poverty is shameful. Tea ceremony was a fashion among samurai and common people that embodied a very simple life to missionaries. Bravery. Samurai class dominated the wartime society. Samurai is in nature very brave, so that Alessandro Varignano reported that it was impossible for Spanish to invade and colonize it. They dreamed if the Japanese became Christians, the Japanese could help them to conquer Asian countries. Good manner. Missionaries observed that Japanese behaved very well. They thought the Japanese were superior to Europeans. The Japanese did not speak loudly and never had a noisy argument. They mainly contacted samurai who kept calm and stoic, that were highly appreciated in contrast to the different manner of South Europeans. Bad religion. Both Catholic missionaries and Protestant persons believed that the Japanese religion were bad and superstitious, which are different views from Japanese faith. Arrogant. Louis Freud criticized the Japanese arrogance when he came to Kyoto in 1565 and met many Kyoto people who did not accept the principles of Christianity. Arrogance is a sin in Christianity. Brutality. Missionaries watched many brutal battles and cold-hearted incidents during their visit when they did not report battles and their merciless consequences during the war time in Japan. However, after the introduction of the edict against professing Christianity, the Japanese Christian persecution became large in scale and severe after the Roman persecution, and many cruel treatments were reported to the Vatican. The cruel treatment by Japanese became a good example to show Protestants how Japanese Christians became wonderful martyrs during the religious wars in Europe. Japanese martyrdom became well known in Western society since then. Danielo Bartoli summarized after the Japanese Christian persecution that Japanese, mainly samurai, were strong and persevering in wartime. They were very tolerant of hunger. depression, coldness, heat, and sleeplessness, etc. They are very kind, good-mannered, serious, sensitive, curious. They listen well and understand clearly. They speak in a grave tone with the Japanese language that has a rich vocabulary to express a high level of discussion that must be a higher language than that of Latin or Greek. Their high value is honor. They are ambitious and more arrogant than any other people. They stand themselves with honor, that in return controls them. They perform a feat and gain a position with honor. They start training in martial arts from 12 years old and hold swords except when sleeping. Even during sleep, the swords are kept near them against emergency. Samurai have many privileges over the classes of people that suppress and possess limited freedom. It is almost impossible for the Japanese to control themselves in the Christian way, but they can control their emotion like Stoic philosophers. No quarrel, no abuse, brave to adverse fortune, and do not fear losing. Yes, I introduced very interesting, some kind of answers to the Japanese characteristics. In Edo period, of course, there are many interesting virtues evolved. One of them, the leader from farmers, Ninomiya Sontoku. He was really farming and local development leader. Ninomiya Sontoku, he was born in 1787 and he died in 1856. He really reconstructed the agriculture and the village in feudal society. The movement of farming village policies based upon frugality and mutual assistance as advocated by Ninomiya Sontoku, who taught the moral and economic teaching to farmers. Here is the stone statue of his boyhood. He is reading a book, and in his back, he is carrying the wood for fire. And he worked very hard, but he studied very hard. So that this is a very important image for education of Japanese boys and girls. And later he became a picture in a Japanese old note.